Welcome back to Raising Real Estate Standards. Last episode, we were discussing the ins and outs of what's going on in a general market during vacation time, during summertime. And we had some great conversations around making sure that you were, if you didn't have leverage in your business, that you started to think through that. I want to kind of take that same sort of direction and put a little spin on it for a second. As much as leverage, and leverage is super important, and if you don't have that in your business, you should work on that. But just as important as leverage is strategy. And strategy in our business, to be perfectly honest with you, is not a normal thing for a lot of real estate agents. A lot of real estate agents do really good when the market's great, and they really struggle when the market starts to change. Because they are reacting to the market. The market is dictating how they work and what they do, versus having a professional plan strategy in place for their business, so their business can dictate how it runs, not the market.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail right on the head with that, Mark. And you're really seeing it right now too, because you're starting to see the movement out of real estate agents that don't have that plan, that don't have that strategy. You know, times are getting a little different. It's a little tougher out there. Let's just be honest. And you're starting to see where people that are in the business without a strategy, or that aren't in full force, like whole body into the water, not in full, they're the ones that are struggling right now.
No doubt. Most of the folks that listen and watch our podcast are real estate agents. That's what we do. I'm asking you guys a question. Do you know someone who has decided that this business is no longer for them? And they've decided to exit the industry, retire, change careers, go in a different direction within the real estate industry, go in from a sales role to a manager role to a property manager role, or whatever it may be, that have literally taken the cognitive decision to take themselves out of the real estate general brokerage world. I'm going to guess the answer for most of you guys is yes, you know somebody. And for some of you, you either have contemplated it or are contemplating it right now. And that's okay, because the market has mandated to you and to some of you that you have to do this because you have to take care of your family. However, use that as an aha. Maybe I was going at this, or maybe I could go at this at a little bit different direction. Maybe the market's not going to hand me, deals, hand over fist, and really I just have to pick them up off the ground. And so we go back into that conversation on strategy. Strategy is super important. Strategy is something that you have to have into your business. And I will say this. A lot of the agents that were picking the ripe fruit at the bottom of the tree for the past 10 to 12 years and ignoring the fruit that was coming on board, the green fruit, the fruit is not yet ripened, and didn't have a plan to get that fruit off the tree, right now is a proverbial shit show for them. Mm-hmm. Because it's tough, because I don't have a plan to go get up the tree and get that fruit that is there, but maybe not ready to be picked right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people have been sitting here holding their hands out like they got baskets and the fruit's just falling in there. We went through this before. I don't know if you remember, but like before the 2008 time frame, we got to a point where people were literally sitting at their desks waiting for their phones to ring. Now, this was a while ago. People had phones on their desk. They actually had desks.
Right.
And people were sitting there waiting for their phones to ring. And what happened was, once the market shifted, the market changed, people realized, I can't sit here and wait. I got to go out and do something.
Absolutely. It's important for you to understand in that same concept that the strategies that are available to you, there's not just one. There is lots of strategies. And the important thing to realize is that it's time to pick a strategy or delve into a strategy that is in congruence with who you are as a person. We've talked about this a number of times when we've talked about personality tests and things of that nature. But it's important for you, if you're going to put a strategy in for your business, that it's in congruence with you. So it's very easy for you to execute on a daily basis. I would say this, at the same time that brokers, real estate agents were just had their basket out collecting the ripe fruit as it fall off the tree, as you said, what was also happening is that your brokerages and your managers and your leaders within the brokerages were doing the same thing. They were servicing these agents that were just collecting stuff, collecting deals without putting a lot of strategy into it. And they stopped coaching. They stopped teaching. They stopped training their agents on how to navigate different markets. So it's important for you that you are aligning yourself with someone who has the expertise, has the experience, and has the knowledge of how to navigate multiple different markets.
Yeah, and this may be ruffling some feathers here, but I'm gonna, you know what the new sitting at the desk waiting for the phone to ring is?
What's that?
Being on a team waiting to be fed. And the reason I say that is because when you are there, you are relying on someone else to feed your business. And if you're not out being proactive and doing these strategies yourself, then you don't know if you really don't have a career. You're just sitting there waiting for somebody else to feed you the revenue and the business.
Abso-freaking-lutely. If you're relying on people, someone else, to do for you what you're unwilling to do for yourself, be prepared to be let down. They're not going to deliver. They may be delivering right now, but they're not going to deliver forever. You have to take ownership of you and your business if you want to see long-term success. Relying on someone else to do for you what you were unwilling to do for yourself, to me, is a sign that you really need to take a hard look to see if this business is right for you.
Yeah, and really, if you take a step back and look at some of the ones that are exiting out, that's really who it is.
Absolutely, they've been let down. They were the market or the team or the company they were working with had just been basically feeding them stuff on a platter, and they were basically just cleaning the fish, and now there's no more fish on the platter, and their kids need to eat. They like to go on vacation, and there's no money coming in, so they've got to go get a job. And so it's important for those of you that are either worried about this in your business or experienced in this in your business, it's time to really take a deep dive into who you are, who you're associated with, and make sure that you're building strategies to make sure that you survive, not only survive, but thrive in any market.
I agree with that. And this is a really, really important topic, and I really hope you guys are paying attention to this. I think what we need to do going forward, I don't know if we can do it today, but going forward, I think what we need to do is talk about some of these strategies kind of in depth.
Okay.
And bring those up to the listeners out there.
I believe that's a fantastic idea. And again, a lot of these strategies come into play with who you are as a person. And maybe we take a couple of personality types and we say, here are some ideas. If this is who you are, dig in deep, go for it. But right now, understand if you are experiencing this, if you know someone who has gone through this, if you are worried that just one slip of a deal is going to put you in a similar situation, you really need to ask yourself, A, am I where I'm supposed to be? B, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And C, is there somebody else out there that can help me see something that I'm not seeing? And if you can do those things, you're going to set yourself up for a long-term success. I can tell you this. We set this podcast up for this very reason. We are opening ourselves up to you and to anybody that would like to sit down and go through these things. So if this is you, if you're hearing this and you want help, you need some assistance, direct message us. Send us a message on any of our social media platforms. We'll be happy to sit down with you and talk through this. This is not a recruiting effort. This is not a conversation of go and do this. This is to help you and help our industry. It's important. There's a lot of folks out there that need the help.
Agreed. I can't say any more.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, and hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week.